Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Worth the Great, and we are back with another video. And today we are going to be discussing another gay gap. Um, well, I wouldn't even consider this to be a gay gap, honestly, because it's been doing so well for me. But we're going to discuss Amazon Flex and the ins and out of Amazon Flex and my intake on it, my experiences, and my overall review on Amazon Flex. Alright, so we just gonna jump straight right into it. If you don't know what Amazon Flex is, it's essentially you being an Amazon driver, but you having your own vehicle. And that comes with you making your own schedule, so you don't have to have a actual set schedule how you would with the DSP or with the company. You set your own hours and you pick it up however you want to pick it up and whenever you want to pick it up. So it's a lot of options to choose from with Amazon Flex. You don't have to just do packages. Well, you are doing packages, but you don't have to just do, I would say, delivery packages. As far as the stuff off Amazon.com, you can also do fresh and Whole Foods packages and do food deliveries as well. So it's a lot of variety, and those are the main two in my area. If it's something else than that or something other things that you can do with Amazon Flex, I'm not aware of it, but those are the main two that I've been dealing with and I've experienced. So that's what we're gonna kind of go over today. So I started Amazon Flex, or I got approved for Amazon Flex off the wait list about 3 weeks ago, and I would say I've been doing it the past week and a half, 2 weeks, and I want to just start with, I guess we'll start with the Amazon Fresh orders. So with all orders, no matter what, if it's Amazon Fresh or if it's a delivery, a package delivery order, you're not going to know what the stop, how much how many minutes or what the distance is that you're traveling, essentially. So you're not going to know the distance that you're traveling. You're not going to know how many packages or how many food items or how many delivery, how many stops is going to be beforehand. This is stuff that you're not going to see when you accept it. Now, when you go to the actual place and you start scanning, the delivery items, you're going to see then, and that might be a surprise to you. Especially when you see the itinerary for the day. That's a lot of complaints that I've been seeing on the app as far as Reddit and stuff like that. It's a lot of stuff I've been seeing people complaining about, that they have to drive 60 minutes on top of them driving 30 minutes prior to that to go to the warehouse. Then you drive an hour after that. Then you have to drive an hour back home. So that's pretty much the cons with that. You just don't know what's going on until you actually pick up the package or pick up the order. So another cons, and obviously I'm starting with the cons, but another con is that you have to use your own vehicle. And that's depending on how you want to look at it. I think that's low key a pro, just in my opinion. But some people might look at that as a con because you gotta account for your own gas and you have to account for your own maintenance on the vehicle and stuff of that nature. So that is a con for most people, but for me, I don't mind as long as your car is up to date. I think that that's a safety. It's a good safety thing on your end that you can make sure, or you can kind of take a handle over, and ensure that everything is in line with your vehicle, so you're not on the road or just stuck with Amazon vehicles, because you really don't know if they're maintaining those vehicles properly. All right, so another pro is that the minimum base pay is 18 an hour. So you do have to account for your gas. You do have to account for, you not knowing how many stops it's going to be. You not knowing how many packages it's going to be. You do have to account for that. But with that being said, it's a lot of orders, or, it's a lot of blocks that I've seen with Amazon Flex that are over the 18-hour limit. So I'm going to get into my recommendation at the end, but that isn't bad, driving 22 hour with Flex, because I've done Instacart. I haven't done DoorDash. I haven't done Uber Eats and stuff like that, but I've done Instacart. Instacart isn't bad in my opinion. I just feel like you have to pick the closer stores, you know. It's not the case for Amazon Flex, but I feel like the driving and distance and the packages, especially with the 2-3 hour blocks at a decent warehouse, it hasn't been bad, to be brief. One more other con that I forgot to mention, even though I know we've been getting to the pros, but one more other con that I wanted you to know. When you're picking up certain orders and they send you out the country, because you a lot of times, I mean, depending on the warehouse you're servicing, some places you'll figure that out over time, but some places you're going to serve the city, a lot of places you're going to serve the country. You know, they might send you that, and it's been pretty consistent. It might change for me, so you know I am still new, but it might change for me. But with that being said, when you get sent out to the country and stuff of that nature, their driveways and the bumps in the road, and a lot of the driveways is like, you know, mile long driveways or half a mile long driveways, and it's straight rocks and dips and water and the potholes and everything going on. So you do need to be mindful of that, and you do need to be mindful that if you are working I haven't worked at late night, but you want to keep safety as your number one priority, you know. So that's something I did want to touch on as well. So I would say those two are the main cons that I've heard of, the popular ones that I've heard of, and the ones that I kind of dealt with because I had to drive. The most I've driven from the warehouse, because every warehouse is about 25 minutes from me. Even the Amazon Fresh, Whole Foods, about 25 minutes from me. So I think the furthest I've ever driven from that is like 45 minutes, maybe 40 minutes. There's a lot of highway time. It wasn't too bad, but that's pretty much the big things with that. But now let's just get into the pros. All right, so first, the first pro that we're gonna kind of dive into, which is brief, is that it's flexible. It's Amazon Flex, so you can make your own schedule. You can, you know, if you got extra hours at the end of the day, or you don't work your full-time job, because I believe this is a great side hustle. As I get into my pros, I believe this is an amazing or a great side hustle even in 2025. But you can pretty much pick your schedule, so that's the first pro. You know, a lot of these gig apps are like that, but let's just start there. And with that being said, I just want to note that I finished every single day. I've done about upwards of 10 orders now. Upwards around 10 orders now, including, you know, Amazon deliveries at the warehouses and Whole Food deliveries with Fresh. I finished early every time. Almost every time, and it's because, you know, I'll make another video if you want to know how I've been organizing my packages, because even when, you know, before I started doing Amazon Flex, I looked up the videos and did my research about the most efficient ways to organize packages. So I've been doing that, and everything's been great for me. I finished early, and if my block was from 3:30 to 6:30, I'll usually be home like here, like back in my house at like 6:35, 6:40, you know. And you know, a lot of other days, I would say about 35-40% of the other times, I just finish early, and they want me to do extra blocks, and I finish in almost an hour early. I mean, they want me to do, you know, pick up extra packages because I'm finished almost an hour plus early. All right, so in conclusion, I feel like Amazon Flex is a great side hustle. And note that I'm saying side hustle, right? With all of these apps, Instacart, and I do rate this, you know, I do rate Amazon. I'm gonna give my rating at the end. I do rate Amazon over Instacart, and I've been doing Instacart for years. I do rate Amazon Flex higher than Instacart at the moment. But with all of these apps, I feel like you just have to make it work for you, right? Because we can complain about them all day, or say, you know, that we feel like it could do this better, and which is fine. I feel like every, you know, company needs to improve, which, you know, I'm with you on that. But if we are engaging and, you know, you want to make extra money on the side, I feel like this is a great option to do it. You know, I feel like you're not really expanding too much energy, or for Instacart, for example, you're not shopping for 45 different items, getting frustrated in the store, and then you have to drive 30 miles on top of that, which could take a long time, and there's other apps, that might be having their own thing going on. So every app got their thing going on, they got their pros and their cons. But I feel like with Amazon Flex, the pros definitely outweigh the cons. And if you guys have stories, you guys have something you want to put on, or have additional questions, just put that in the comments, and we can maybe discuss, or if you want me to do something or say something for another video, or discuss something for another video, we could do that as well. Just let me know. Alright, that's it for the Amazon Flex video. Like I said, if you have anything else you want me to touch on, just put that in the comments. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I appreciate everybody for watching. It's your boy Worth the Great, signing out.